Well, T.I. and Tiny are looking like they might go forward with the divorce. And the problem is they're both in debt. And as much as, it looks as if they might be getting back together and all this stuff, financially, being apart, they're not going to see eye to eye when it comes to doing what it is that people think they should be doing. Because remember, she was talking about I'm filing for divorce, and she went and got another mansion. Well, that mansion she paid like 1 point some $1 million for, or whatever. She's planning on keeping that mansion, and since Ti makes the majority of the money, you know, she was saying like, he should be paying for everything that's going out, like the bulk of it. So now that she's popping with, she's got the escape going on, she's got the tour, she's got the new group going, so she's back in the limelight. She's like, good, we got some shows, people like it. It's finna go down, it's finna be pretty good. We got this property, we making all this money. They property they bought for like 1.4, got wine cellars in it, 6 5 places, 8 bathrooms, and it's crazy. And she's only paid like about 400,000 and still got 1 million to go. And here's the problem. In January, she filed to get more time to pay off that $1 million mortgage that she took out when she moved out of the house during the height of the split. And she's supposed to pay off the $1 million mortgage by April 2016. So she signed another deal with the mortgage company to get an extension so that she could pay it off by the end of the year. So, she only paid like 400,000, and she planning on keeping it because she's hoping that this court, she gets some money from Tip to help her pay it off. And see, these moves mean that she's basically isn't interested in moving back in with Ti anytime soon. Like they gonna just co-parent. Now, we remember what happened when they all split the first time when she claimed that he was sleeping around with one of her, you know, friends and all that stuff. So the problem is she filed for irreconcilable differences, of course. So they were going back and forth about she trying to make her feel guilty because she was dancing with Floyd, and you still keeping in contact with somebody I don't like, and I'm at odds with. What you talking about? Doggone well, I ain't never did nothing with that man. You know what I'm talking about? So you ain't got to, he ain't never nobody being up with me. I'll only be with you, so I already know what I be. But you understand, I spent millions on you. And if I say somebody don't need to be spoken to, I have problems with. Well, you were sleeping with some girl that were friends with me. And how you think I'm supposed to feel about that? Were you at odds with her? That statement has gone down in history as one of the dumbest things and most gutterous things you could ever say to the mother of your children. So, as a scorned woman should, and rightfully so, she left. Who would stay under something like that? I mean, you got a brand new baby and you pulling this. So she got to deal and juggle with all of this. So, of course, she asked for primary legal and physical custody of the kids. Tiny also acknowledged that the couple is in debt. They owe millions to the IRS and said that is because of T.I.'s high earning ability. He should be responsible for paying it off. Tip don't agree because he felt I spent millions on you and you get to walk away and I get left with the bill. So he countersued her late last year. And so both of them asked the court to give him more time to work things out. But there's been no movement on the case in the last like 5 months. So hopefully they work it out and come to some type of reconcilable agreement. But Tip don't believe he should be paying all the tax bills. But she's believing, look, it's you who got us all in this tax debt in the first place. I'm going down because of you. And he's like, wait a minute now. You got billions of dollars in cars and houses and jewelry too. I ain't just blow all the money on me. So I blew all that taking care of the family. But she was saying it was his investments, the restaurant, and all these other things that he invested in that didn't work out, and other things that had nothing to do with her that created this. So that's why he was mad that she actually went to the courts. But what you expect her to do when you out there cheat? This is what a woman do. You could have probably handled that with a conversation and got everything back on base if you ain't out there cheating. What is a woman supposed to do? The woman you done already made her as insecure as she could be. And see, that's what I don't like. That's not what men do. You know, your woman's supposed to be an extension of you. You shouldn't want to make her feel insecure and weak. You know, it's like you got a strong woman, you supposed to make her feel strong. She should be honored to be your wife. That's the way it's supposed to be. She should be like, I'm proud. I got a great husband. And like you're supposed to be like, man, I got a great wife. You're supposed to be honored. She's an extension of you. She represents you when she walks out. Now, people would look at her as a weak person now. Somebody who was a fool for being with you. That's what you make her look like when she walks outside. When she got the blue eyes and the Botox in the lips and the fake butts and boobs, trying to be something she think you want. You know, she's already, psychologically damaged by you if she can't get the strength and support at home from the person that she trusts the most. She's done for. You just broken. That is another broken woman out there in the world. And I'm not talking about financially. You break a woman, because I've seen it done so many times. That's why I'm elaborating it on it so tough. Is because I've seen it done to people. I've seen women become just their absolute worst self because they couldn't get over a dude that just used them up. They couldn't recover. So I understand. And I'm like, man, she ain't never getting over this. It's sad, but she's stuck. She just can't get over this hump and it's doomed her entire life. Her health is down. She's stressed all the time. She can't eat. Looks like she's just draining her life cycle, always worried about them. And guys who are very insecure, they pull this move. They think they need to have the girl worried about them all the time. That's like, oh, she worried about what I'm gonna do. Then that means she gonna stay and stick around. She worried I might leave, worried I be. That's why I got her where I want. Now I can go do everything I want to do. Again, making your woman weak is not a show of strength. It's a show of cowardness. It's immature. And that's what boys do. That's not what men do. Men want to enrich their women's lives. They want to enrich them and say, you know what? Being with me is going to enrich you. So you should be able to enrich me. We're going to make it together. That's a bond. It's a team. It's not one side bulldozing the other. It's going to lead to an unhealthy balance. And through all this selfishness, in the middle, you got all these kids. They're getting grown. They're getting older and older and older. And they are growing up with all this chaos around. And they're old enough to read the internet, to know what they daddy been doing, what they saying his daddy been doing, what mama's been doing, all this drama back and forth. Because pretty soon, all that's going to come to an end. So it's got to be another avenue. Now, who's going to be the one to make that adjustment? Who's going to be the adult in this situation? That's what I want to see. If anything, that's what I want to read. That they found a way to work things out. Because they quick to tell you when you're in bankruptcy. They quick to tell you how much you owe the IRS. They quickly to print all of these things that's negative. I want to see they are doing something to pay the taxes. They're doing all these things. It was nice to see everybody take somebody to Black Panther and take all these kids to see the movie. That's nice. But I would love to see a rapper say, you know what? We're going to come up with a way to help these kids in the inner city get jobs so they can take care of their families. That's what I want to see. I want to see recreational programs. I want to see educational programs put in place in inner city youth. They need these. Get the government to do what they're supposed to do and govern. But they're not going to do it if you don't say nothing. So on that note, I'm out.